So I want to speak specifically to artists in this video. This can be artists of any kind. Y'all know I'm a dancer, so that's the perspective I come from. But you could be a singer, writer, poet, whatever, painter, whatever. Um, and I want to share a little something from what I've been learning from talking to my body and the source energy that I feel I have this relationship with now. Um, is that if you're being pushed to do the scary things, you should do the scary things. I've noticed that my my creator loves him some exposure therapy. Putting me in situations where my audience is bigger, there's more eyes around me, there's, more eyes around. And I notice this particularly when I go on my dance walks, when I be dancing, because I'm a dancer. That's what I do. And I like to dance when I'm on hikes or go to like some kind of empty ish establishments or whatever and dance and stuff on the street, whatever. And I noticed that because when I'm dancing, I'm very much just vibing with whatever my body wants to do, where my body wants to go. So I really am just like being guided by my intuition because I'm just vibing. And I was noticing, like, as days went on, I would end up in areas or situations where I'm like, it's kind of a lot of people here. I don't really want to be here, or there's kind of more people than I'm comfortable with. And then I started to clock that my intuition is intentionally, gradually increasing the size of my audience. It's gradually increasing like what my nervous system can handle, which we just talked about all the nervous system stuff in the last video. It's all the same stuff. I'm being pushed to go out of my comfort zone. I'm being pushed to be more vulnerable in my dancing on social media. I'm being pushed to show more emotion. I'm being pushed to, you know, what some say, expand your rubber band or expand your field or expand whatever. And if you're an artist and you feel like, you're kind of being pushed to try something new in your art, switch things up a little bit, go somewhere a little more public or whatever, it's scary for real. But I feel like that's the point. And I think the reason that I have been able to progress, I'm not gonna sit here and cap, I haven't made a dime from my dancing. Okay. It's still, stuff is still regular. But I've been seeing stuff progressively get better, views progressively moving up, different comments increasing and stuff. I'm seeing this change. And then it got to a point where I actually noticed I started to get a little bit afraid of essentially what I want, my dream, my to be this dancer on this big platform and to put on shows or whatever. There was a very brief period of time where that felt kind of scary. And I was just like, am I afraid of my own dream? Like, it was crazy. But I feel like really what was going on in that moment is just like I was like expanding my capacity a little bit. When you're entering new territory or when your manifestation even starts to feel more real, there's almost a little bit of fear just because it's new to your nervous system. It doesn't matter if it's better, it doesn't matter if it's what you want, it's still unfamiliar. And so I think as artists, especially, it's important for us to face our fears and to push ourselves a little bit, and following that intuition. That intuition is going to ask you to do stuff that you don't always want to do. Straight up. I don't always agree. But I could, I'm not going to go into it right now because y'all know my videos be taking forever. But I could literally give you a whole story and examples on how I've literally watched my inner guidance system walk me to places or take me places or put me in situations where I'm like, you're only doing this to prep my nervous system. This is intentional because why the hell am I here? But, so again, I'm still on the journey, but just something I've been noticing, especially after having that profound day where I shared that, you know, I do believe that there was a day where I channeled my higher self enough to where I was able to actually hear her voice. And that was very interesting, profound, and life changing, or whatever. Um, and I've really just started to see so much that everything is by design. All the doors that close, that appear to be closing for you, are not the doors you ever even really wanted. And just stay the course. keep doing what you're trying to do, or what you're supposed to do, or what you want to do, and just keep facing your fears. I think that's honestly gotten me pretty far in life in general, is that I tend to punch my fears. I mean, she be punching me back. You know, she get some hits in. Don't get me wrong. Fear that I don't always just be the one throwing the punches. You know, but I do like to face my fears to the best that I can, because I'm like, you know, I know what I want. I know the life that I want, and you gotta get You gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that, girl.